score burps, the lean yaps. Right here I found the Monstercast. Welcome back to the Monstercast. Can you feel the shit show that's about to go down?
That's right. Today we're doing Water Island. And guys, what is your opinion on
Ah,
Water Island Update 1?
update one. Oh, it's been so long since we did a magical, another magical match. I forgot this is how we do it. It's how you can tell. Actually, okay.
At least Water Island starts decently with a monster that absolutely.
Yeah, I say that I'm not an OG, but I've completed Water Island at least 4 times already, and the base 15 roster is extremely solid. Honestly,
You've
it's a really
completed
good update one.
Water Island 4 times? That's cute. I've completed Continent 5 times. Get on my level.
Okay, didn't ask, but and that's also irrelevant.
Get on my level. Anyways, Water Island Update 1, I think it's okay.
Update one.
I
I think
think
it's pretty.
get freaking put a pin on this because it's gonna come back later, but freaking the structure doesn't do the monsters justice.
And I think
the
for an
sword
update
itself,
one of 15 monsters, the structure is solid. Like it
somehow
feels like they
water
knew
is
what they
the
wanted to
only
do.
Somehow water is the only island where there's literally no extension.
Yeah, well, I
If you don't count the dipsters at that one update.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I heard about that actually.
See, I never got the dipsters when that was a thing, so I didn't get to experience it, but I saw it.
I heard that was a thing from like one time. Is that true?
Yes, it was true.
That's crazy.
That was freaking hilarious. Anyways, I think Update 1 Water Island is okay. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's just okay.
I mean, are we gonna delve into the nitty gritty, or is that just our statement?
That's my starting statement because the nitty gritty is getting into the monsters and the song. So
All right, let's get into the monsters.
It's pre-Sugar Bush. It's all right.
What island?
All right. I want to start. Let's just get this out of the way. We're on the intro. Get this out of the way instantly. What is your opinion on Shelby on Water Island?
Oh boy, the big boss.
Shelby carries.
Shelby carries.
It doesn't.
I can't believe we're talking about the best monster on Water Island.
Shelby carries doesn't have as much as Pango carries.
The quads are held to a pretty high standard, so it's really good that the quad of Water Island is really good.
When talking about
Honestly,
Shelby,
it's kind of funny because both of the quads that are like drum kits absolutely carry their island.
Okay, listen.
I mean, it's almost like that's what drums do.
Here's the thing.
Drums are extremely important for a song.
Listen.
Yeah, it goes back because when you before you get Shelby, you're just like, oh yeah, this song's pretty calm, and then you get Shelby, and it gives you a whole new feeling. It feels like you're on a tropical abode, and you can hear the beach coming from the yeah.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. When talking about Shelby, I gotta talk about like the theme of the song. Water Island goes for this weird blend of serene and upbeat. And it's one of only two islands that does this, the other being Ethereal Island, but we'll get to that when we talk about Ethereal. But the thing about Water Island is that most of the monsters tend to favor serene over upbeat, and you just got a very small amount that go for upbeat, and Shelby is one of the few monsters that goes for upbeat. However, I think Shelby really works because it's not too fast paced. It pretty much is the entire rhythmic interest of the song, and it's very filling to the song as well.
Well, if you know Hollow likes his filling.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, if there's like one word to describe Water Island, it's happy.
Upbeat, joyous.
It's literally just the happiness song.
Pleasing and happy.
Again, serene and upbeat meshed together.
Yeah.
The thing is that tone, it's very fragile, and we'll see just why it's so fragile. I think overall, Shelby is the best monster on this island because it literally carries.
I mean, it has a shell.
I mean, I won't argue with that.
Carrying things on his back.
I think the only thing that comes close for me is Geode, but I think Shelby does more for the
Not the
song.
way God intended.
Okay,
All
Leon.
right, Leon. All right, Leon. I mean, but like, it's something like we get because like I like Shelby because like it is really interesting, but it's rhythmically interesting in a lot of specific ways. Its signature drums track, basic but effective, but it also does a really interesting thing in the second half of the song, where it just starts off with like the hi hats, and then it starts amping up, and it's a really, really well done drum track, perfect for that verse. And then obviously the track at the end is really good as well. It's ambient, fits the calm vibe that Hollow was just talking about.
Exactly. I think the fourth track. Nah, actually, I was gonna say fourth track's my favorite. I think the third track's my favorite.
Oh yeah, third track easily the best track. But like, I felt the need to like actually point out what Shelby does because we can't just say, "Oh yeah, it's this." We gotta,
Yeah, I was about to point that out.
We gotta point it out. You know.
I also want to mention one thing real quick. It's
Mhm.
freaking duet with Scubs at the end of the song. Mwah.
Oh yeah,
The
Steps
plunger.
never fails to pop off, so it's guaranteed to be good.
Yeah, Shelby's amazing. Is this legendary tier? That's the
Wow,
question.
that's amazing.
Is the only thing in this
Yeah,
song
it's
that could
legendary.
qualify for legendary? Do we
I
think it's
think it's legendary tier.
all right? So
Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Why not?
All right, cool.
Mhm.
Actually, yeah, we have to give this legendary because we give Repetillo on Haven legendary. It's better than that.
I mean, yeah, it literally carries.
All right, next monster, Octopus.
Mm.
Anyways,
I
best.
don't want to derail things, but I want to give a hypothetical. Is this from the standards of like drum kits are always going to carry, or it's a really interesting drum?
Interesting drum.
Okay, because I was going to say if that was if the standard was that like oh it's legendary just because like it carries, then imagine a song with like a really boring drum line, but because it's the only drum, we have to give it legendary.
So what? Celestial Island?
Cave Island.
Not, bro, not Cave Island. There's the door. There's the door.
Well, you know what monster is also on Cave Island and is also on Water Island?
Quibble.
Quibble.
Quibble?
Quibble.
All right, let's do
No!
Quibble.
Yeah, Quibble.
Guys, what's your opinion
No,
on
I love
Quibble?
Anglo on Water Island.
Quibble.
Honestly,
Quibble.
at first, it may seem disappointingly basic, but its simplicity is what makes it work. Those long
You cut out.
somehow do a great job at giving a calm water feeling, and the not held note at the very end just kind of helps the track feel a little bit fun, like dun 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 dun.
It's one of the
Yeah,
many,
it's like-
many, 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 many monsters that copies the castle base. Actually, people freaking shit on Cold Island for everything doing what the castle base does. Yet freaking both Air Island and especially Water Island and even freaking Earth Island, like so many things copy the castle.
Water Island isn't as flashy
I
as
mean,
the
the
other islands.
castle is the base, so it kind of has a foundation for
When
the stuff.
people hype up MSM, it's always about Cold Island. It's about Earth Island.
It should be about.
It's about Water Island Spotify remix.
Yeah, it's about Water Island.
I will be bringing
should
that
be
up
about-
quite a bit for reasons. Anyways, Quibble I think is boring.
I mean, the song is better with it.
It is, but it's still boring, and I think it should have done more.
I mean, yeah, there isn't anything to talk about,
Like,
but
are
it's
you going to
important to the song.
Air filler.
Yeah, it's average air filler at best.
I feel like this is what I was talking about earlier, where like it carries, but it's not interesting.
It carries because
It's like Party Island Quibble.
No.
I feel like it just has piano privilege. Like
yeah,
pianos
exactly.
always sound good.
It's
so
because-
it just automatically sounds good because it's a piano.
It's because it's an instrumental and it's the backbone of the song. It's just that it's a really boring backbone.
Yeah.
So
At
it
least
kind of,
it's the
I
fact
kind of
that-
have to call it good, but at the same
no,
time,
it could have done more, but didn't need to.
yes, I think it should have because the song would have been.
All right, what do you think it could have done then?
I think we could have had a really good counter melody to Octopus at the beginning, or maybe Tweedle. It could have done some freaking rhythmically interesting shit with Reetling. It could have had its own melody at the end of the song instead of bringing back Geode. It could have literally done anything. This song was perfect for a piano, and then just make
We can say
generic
the
chords.
exact same thing with Anglo.
I mean, if it did do more like that, then do you think the song would risk being cluttered?
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what it.
No, I
Are you
don't.
trying, Hollow?
I
Are you
don't think
trying?
so. But
Trying?
All right, that.
that's foreshadowing for later.
Buddy, are
All
you
right,
trying?
fair enough, fair enough.
Anyways, Anglo is just quibble but worse, and there's nothing to talk about, and it's a waste of the synth.
No,
and
Anglo's good. It does
No,
interesting stuff.
Nah, let me cook. I think Anglo gives Water Island this atmospheric feeling. Since it's deep below in the water, and Anglo is a very deep sea creature-based monster. Creature-based monster. That's kind of paradoxical.
Shut! I know where you're going
Yeah.
with that. Stop.
You just
Oh, that's a bit of a contradiction.
just stating the obvious. Yes, the
Anyways,
sky
no.
is blue.
All right, now where was I? And I kind of like the fact that they.
Ocean floor.
Okay, Leanne, let me continue. Okay, no, where was I? I think it's first track at the beginning. It gives a nice atmospheric feeling, and then it comes back for a bit. Comes back for another surprise in track 2, and it does what it needs to do. And in the end, I think it especially shines at the ending of the song with its final track.
I think
Yeah,
you're
I think
being
Final
way too
Track is the
generous.
best track of Anglo.
It's literally just quibble but on a synth, and that's it. And like, it's such a cool synth too. Why would you just waste it on more generic chords?
I mean, it could have been worse, and I think at least what they did with it, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the beginning, not much to write home about. The second track is actually really interesting, though. It, even though it does copy, it does shake up the chords a bit, and I think that makes it stand out, in my opinion. And then the third track is, yeah, kind of whatever. But I like that it's this very alien space kind of synth because it helps the Woboxes feel less out of place because now there's kind of more electronic sounds here. So, in my opinion, it helps them not feel out of place.
I don't know about
Shout
that.
out to Wobot.
Listen, I love Anglo as a monster, but I can't deny that it's worse Quibble, and Quibble's already not that great on this island.
Okay, yeah, Anglo is the worst of the two monsters, but it's far from bad.
It's not bad. It's just frustrating that it was
It's not.
wasted.
It's not tanking the island. by
It's
any
not.
means.
So would it be like we're not mad at Anglo, we're just disappointed?
Yep, it's disappointing.
With all due respect, yeah. I mean, no, we're not going to judge it by gameplay.
No.
We are not talking about gameplay.
It could have been way more, but like I could say the same about Quibble.
And like that's not even taking into account that like it's an electric sounding synth. Like if it
Yes.
sounds good, it sounds
They
good.
could have made it work so much better, but no, we got this instead. Thanks. I feel bad for Anglo.
Yeah, there was a lot
Yeah,
of potential for Anglo to do a lot more.
Anyways, whatever. Anglo's okay. Octopus.
Oh, Octopus is really good. It has a
Yo,
fan.
I can't
Water
believe-
Island has a lot of fantastic melodies, and
Oh,
Octopus
yes.
is one of them.
Oh yes, the third of the vocalist monsters and natural islands that only play at the beginning.
It's another monster that does what the castle base does, but this time on a vocal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's good because it's interesting.
Okay, listen. This is what I was talking about when I said
Octopus
the
does not
structure.
do the fucking castle. What are you talking
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it
goes-
does.
No,
So if you pay attention, it does the chords, but see, you don't notice it because it's more than just the chords. It's interesting to talk about.
No, it's the castle literally does the same exact melody as Octopus.
Yes, it does, but because Octopus is an octopus.
Yeah,
it's more
because
interesting.
Octopus is a vocal, you're
It's
gonna
not-
notice
you're
it more.
saying like Octopus goes shoo, edu, edu. Like,
No, we're not
it's
saying
freaking
that. We're
way
saying
more
that
than that.
No, I'm talking about it's the exact same thing. Both of them do. Da 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 da
Oh,
da
you're saying
da.
it like it was. I think because you were raising your voice, it sounded like you were saying it was a bad thing.
Oh no, my bad. Okay, listen. This is what I was talking about when I said the structure doesn't do it justice. Because in the Water Island Spotify remix, it pops the hell off. It is so good on that one. In
I haven't
game,
listened to the Spotify remix in a long
Take
time.
a shot every time he mentions the spark.
you're gonna get drunk. Anyways, in game, he only plays once, and I'm disappointed.
I mean,
How the octopus are harmonizing with itself on that specific island.
I forgot that the castle was like that.
Everyone knows the castle.
I
I
thought
mean,
I
for
thought it-
you being named after air and fire, I wouldn't be surprised that you would be unfamiliar with water.
Okay, bro.
Okay, Leah.
he's just octopus. So I especially like the part at the end where it's like shoo doo doo, shoo do a day. Like it has so much life in it.
I agree.
Oh, and guess
Yeah,
what?
okay, did you guys ever see those videos that was like the natural islands covered by ethereals and they were really bad?
No, and I'm glad I didn't.
I have not.
Okay, I must have been the only one who saw there, but because Socks is the equivalent to Octopus, they made Socks play Octopus's melody, and it sounded so good.
Wow. Anyway,
I just thought that was worth sharing.
again, it placed once. I think that's kind of lame because it could have been so much more.
Yeah, another one of them.
I mean, hey, maybe Mirror Water Island can make things better.
Anyways,
Another one of the.
You say that like Near Water Island hasn't been out for years.
they freaking gave it a seasonal track. How do we feel about Blabbit?
Oh, Blabbit's pog. Blabbit never misses, bro.
I don't know about
yeah.
that, bro.
Blabbit is pretty. Blabbit's pretty good here.
I love
What
Blabbit.
are you insinuating, Hollow? What possible
Oh,
island
did
could
we-
Blabbit have not popped off on?
It's such a charming monster. However, as a seasonal track, it's terrible because it doesn't do it well with Octopus. First of all, Blabbit's timbre is really awkward in the song. And secondly, it kind of plays on top of Octopus rather than playing alongside. Because, like, okay, here's what happens. Da-na-na-na, bum, 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 bum. And, like, that note is stretched out quite a bit. And it just kind of ends up playing on top of Octopus. And
I guess that's fair.
I like it. I like it in the song. I like it with Octopus. I'm okay with listening to it. But I know that it's not that well made. And
I mean, okay, this is kind of like the same thing we said on Celestial, where if it's able, if it's able to like be endearing enough to look past the fact that it's objectively like not good, like with Starhenge we said like, oh, there's barely any transition between the two verses, but we're still fine with it. Is this another one of those instances or no?
no, because I enjoy it, but I know it's not that good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's fair because it is subjective. Because we may enjoy it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna land with everyone.
And like compositionally,
And as opposed, and we're comparing Starhenge to Blabbit on Water Island.
bro.
So I think there's a very clear. I think this is a case where objectivity is justified.
Yeah, I love Blabbit. I don't mind it. I know it's not good though. And it makes me very sad to say that.
Starhenge, it's obviously legendary.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, the Celestial of Eggy.
Listen though, I'll
I-
take Blabbit on Water Island any day over Yule on Cold. I'll say that much.
Okay, that's true. I mean, yeah. I want to love Yule on Cold so bad, but like Blabbit is just more fun.
Blabbit's charming. It may not work that well, but at least it's charming.
Kind of happy sounding.
I'm not really sure where else, like what other monster could have duetted with. I don't know.
I guess at least it kind of fits because like it's bubbles. That's
Yeah,
gonna
it
fit
fits
more,
thematically. Compositionally, it's weak. It's pretty weak.
Yeah, that's fair. Weak composition.
I'll forgive him though, cause I can put all the blame of cooking Octopus on the Dipsters.
All right.
Oh boy.
We're talking about.
No, Lean, we gotta talk about the Dipsters.
Hey, Leon, it's your favorite part.
Dip, 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 dip.
Why did the Dipsters place so much on the natural island?
Freaking the Dipsters are so weird on this island.
They
Yeah, because honestly, I think I quite enjoy these Dipsters. I think these
I
are
like
good
the melody.
Dipsters.
Fire and Magical Island.
I like the
and
first
then-
track's melody. I think Quibble should have done Dipsters instead of Dipsters. But that being said, they're
Yeah,
Dipsters.
like, it's like Water Island is a weird island because it has great melodies, but because it doesn't have a lot of instruments, the vocals are forced to play those melodies,
Here's the
and
thing.
then you get Water Island.
Did we
Dipsters
just say
are kind of
that
like what they were on
good
Air
melody,
Island
but
because
Dipsters
they're
have
freaking.
a
They're
gap?
just another sound shoved into the
I love how I
song
didn't
that
hear
just
a lead 'cause he
contributes
cut
to the
out. That's
cluttering
funny.
of the song. And that's what happens. So
Thank you,
Say
Liam.
that Water Island dipsters are just like a lot of other dipsters, good melody but bad vocals.
that vocal, and then they shoved into the song, and again, the poor structure means that they just kind of
Yeah.
contribute to the clusterfuck
God,
of
I'm
the
getting
song.
really tired of saying because it's true.
It
But I'm getting
is.
so tired of saying it.
They're bad because they're hipsters. Their voice doesn't sound good. That's the thing.
Yeah, because you're so right. If it was played on like anything else, it would sound so much better.
Yes. The hipsters
God.
needed a better
And
voice.
because there's dipsters, you get like that one dipster that's like did it did 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 did.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's getting really upsetting
Are you really talking about Pummel Laugh?
that they're popping off with these melodies for the dipsters, but they make the dipsters sound like this.
Freaking why?
What was going on in Dave Kerr's mind back then?
I think
I mean, all right, we gotta give it. It's My Singing Monsters. They were trying to have fun.
they were trying to make a neat idea. It's just the execution was terrible.
Yeah,
Wobox is in Dave's mind.
unfortunately.
Okay. Freaking. I think
Wobox was playing from the start, bro.
freaking. Okay. What's next? Noggin. No one cares.
Pummel?
Sure. Let's just
Oh, yeah.
get Pummel and Scuffs out of the way.
Pummel.
We should have had Raph. We could have gotten to talk about Bamo.
Okay.
It was
Listen.
Pummel.
Actually, no. We'll save Scuffs for the end.
Pummel.
But freaking Pummel.
Why are you guys not saying it?
Pummel is.
Because Raph isn't here.
I think Pummel is.
I think Pummel's fucking ass.
Bamo is.
Pummel is. I don't know how to feel about this track, bro.
Yeah, because it's like
it just sounds like mindless drums. Like it's
Dude.
it's like
Do.
Pommel is kind of an underrated monster. So it's like we want to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I've taken time to like analyze Water Island Pummel, and it's like it's not actually that great.
Doom.
And, like,
Doom.
I
Yo,
feel like
guys,
Pummel
don't you
would've
love
been so
Wobox?
easy to
Don't you
implement
love
the
that
Water
same
Island.
rhythm, but I'm a
Already have
Tom?
Shelby.
It's just
Yeah.
Like
its rhythm is
Yeah.
just Wobox again.
Yeah. Pummel could have been so easy to implement to Water Island because we have Shelby, and Shelby's a drum, and Pummel is like the one part of the drum Shelby doesn't even have.
I think Pummel is disappointing on this island.
yeah, it doesn't stand out, but at least it's not bad, and it doesn't really clutter.
Don't
much
worry,
out.
we'll see a
And,
version
like,
of.
the difference
But
between
Pummel was obligated to be on this island because it's a shock in the water.
Yeah, and yeah, the difference between like water Pummel and plant Pummel is that plant Pummel at least kind of like intensifies the verses.
Yeah,
Water is just
Pummel
really
is actually. We joke about not being able to hear Pummel on plant, but it is actually kind of significant.
On this island,
Yeah.
it's just underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 'cause it's underwater.
Yeah.
Underwhelming underwater.
And don't worry, because I'm gonna have a field day when we talk about this rhythm again, but with Wobox.
Oh, we will. We will. You can say we'll have an electric field.
True. Anyways, next monster is Tweedle. I don't know if I like this
Please
Tweedle or
stop.
not.
No, that actually sounded kind of good. Actually,
I don't know if I like it or not.
it has a great melody. Let's. Can we at least agree on that?
Yes, good composition, it's just
Like-
the voice.
Like Tweedle's melody has been used in other MSM songs before, like, or played on other instruments. It always sounds good.
I don't know about the voice. That's the thing, the voice.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's the thing. Gotta address the voice.
I don't.
Yeah, it's
I don't
just
know
like
if I
the
like
other.
it.
It's just like Cold and Air Tweedle.
I like
Good melody, bad voice.
Actually, no. Here's the thing.
Well,
Here's
okay.
on Cold Island. I
Alright,
think
I'm
it
listening.
works because Cold is a very harsh song. It doesn't work on Water Island because Water is not a harsh song, and Tweedle's voice is very harsh, so it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Considering that everything is gonna get drowned out in the full song, are you gonna notice it though?
It's the main melody of its part.
I mean,
Okay, but like, but I mean, like, okay, you're gonna hear it a bit, but what I mean, like, any like small imperfections, they get drowned out when everything's playing against each other. So, like, you're just hearing the main melody.
I mean, it's still.
Because like it's the same reason when people say like Cold Magpie is by it's like, oh, there's a bunch of distance and clashing, but you don't hear it in a full song. So that's kind of the argument I'm making. Are you gonna hear all of that
Yes.
when you listen to it on Water
Yes,
Island?
you are,
I mean,
because
yeah,
it's very
Hollow.
blaring.
The main, especially as now the main melody of Water is the ocean's deep.
We'll
the
get to that.
turret.
I just think it's very
My
blaring and it is meant to
balls,
be the
bitch.
main focus. And because it's the main focus, I gotta
Oh,
take into
man.
consideration everything about the track. And in the track, it's not great. It's not good.
I don't know. I maybe.
I think I
I don't know.
again I'll take it over
I
Air
just
Island Tweedle.
don't like Tweedle that much, but I mean,
The
it's
duet
grown on me over time. I don't really
honestly,
think it's so bad on water.
I think it's I think at best it's passable, not worse. It's just obnoxious.
I think I was just gonna say I agree with passable, but a little more. I'm a little bit more lenient with it because I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that bad either. I just don't think it's that good either.
I'm sensing a common theme here.
Mm-hmm. I think overall Tweedle's kind of disappointing.
No, I wouldn't say it's disappointing. It's still a great melody.
I like it on. I mean I can't compare it to Cold Island because that's two completely different things. But like, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit
I
more.
think
from
we're ready to
Tweedle.
move on to the next monster.
Yeah. Okay. Toe Jammer.
Yo, I love Toe Jammer on this side.
Oh yes, Toe Jammer. We love Toe Jammer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually,
I like
it
What
pops
happens
off
when Toe
in the
Jammer
Spotify
doesn't have
remix.
Mammoth to do it with.
It pops off in the Spotify remix. In game, it's there.
I think it works. I think it works.
Can
It's
we talk about the
Water Island has a lot of held note tracks, but I think Toe Jammer works because Toe Jammer, Dave says himself, you record a lot of voices to make Toe Jammer work.
Toe Jammer is
and
the opposite of
it works
Tweedle.
very well.
Tweedle
Okay,
does
but-
not work with multiple voices. Toe Jammer thrives on multiple voices.
A lot of the single tracks on Water Island sound kind of awkward early on, but again, as a full song, they have everything to work off with, and Toe Jammer is definitely one of those monsters that sounds great in a full song, in my opinion.
It's filling, and that's about it. But I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, filling in a good way.
It's filling in a good way.
Basically, everything I said about Noggin was what I feel the same about Toe Jammer too.
It fills me up with water.
Okay. Okay, pause. Okay, next up is Geode.
Oh, let's talk about Flog. No, we're talking about Flog now.
You know, you're right. Let's freaking get Fog over it.
Yo,
Anyways,
let's go, Flog!
Flog!
wah wow. Wah wow.
Wow.
Wah wow.
True.
Wah wah
When
wah
something-
wow.
Guys, do you think when something bad happens, Flog says wah wow?
Wah wah.
That's
Ah,
literally what
such a
Flog
big
said
missed
every time
opportunity.
I
Didn't do
failed
that
to
in
read
game.
that
I'm so
song.
sad.
I mean, how would that work musically though? Well, like, what would that be appropriate for?
It got its own solo and it sounded great with the echo and it was very almost atmospheric and it worked well with the serene tone that the island goes for and I wish it did that in game, but it doesn't and I'm sad.
Oh, I feel like we should stop. I mean, why are we comparing it to the Spotify remix when we're trying to judge this version of
Take
Water
a
Island?
shot every time he
Okay, the Spotify remix of Water Island's like top 10 songs of all time in MSM. So you can kind of see where I'm coming from when I say Water Island, like not Water Island. Freaking the compositions of Water Island could have been more. Octopus could have been more if it played more.
I guess
Flog
it's
could have
what
been
you're
more
saying,
had
like,
it done
I
that
guess what you're
shit.
saying is that you've seen a version of Water Island that utilizes its cast
Yes,
better
it-
than the version we're talking about now.
Exactly. In the version we have now, Flog is good, but
duets
it's
with,
not
like, so
as
many
good as
things.
it could have been. That being said, it's still a good
duet
transition
monster,
track.
We talk about, like,
apparently it-
It's not like when we talk about like, oh, what could this have been? It's like, oh, I don't know, we don't know. With this version, like, we do know what it could have been.
Could have been so
yeah.
much more.
It's a duet monster that probably could have been better off as a solo monster.
It can do both.
Yeah, because it's Flog.
Anyways, in
Well,
game
And
it's good.
Flog is like Pog.
In game Fog is
Flog,
good.
Flog.
I like Fog in game. It's nothing special, but it's good. I like it.
Yeah, at least we can say it's good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
duets with so
Let's
many
let
monsters.
Lean's
though.
been dying. I want to hear what you have to say about this, Lean.
It duets with so many monsters though. Like
All right, which ones?
like Tweedle, Blabbit. Basically, think of any melody and Flog duets with it.
This is basically pre-patch continent Fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I've heard Colo talk about like so many monsters in Continent that are like, oh, it duets with everything. Like this is like Lean.
Fog duets with Spangler on continent, and on this song it duets with
Also, Liam,
other stuff, I guess.
It's funny that you're so excited to talk about Flog because you know
Shut
what
up! It
Flog
doesn't have crystal as its element.
you know what Flog has on the top of its head.
It's rock. It has is Earth. It's obviously rock.
You know what?
Speaking of crystals, though.
We should talk
Yeah,
about
Liam, since you can die to talk about crystals.
Dum 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 dum
Dun,
dum
dun, 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 dun.
Geode on this island is top 3 at least. It's so good. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
Finally,
extremely
a
fitting for
cereal
the
that's
tone.
good.
Sounds great. Utilized extremely well on the island. What more could you ask
Usually,
for?
if I'm focusing on any monster, it's Geode I'm focusing on.
Aren't ethereals supposed to be the good monsters? Why is like only Gas and Geode the good one?
Yeah, I mean, ethereals are great. That's why we're gassing up Geode right now.
He's, I don't know, bro. Cause Lean's got a point. So far, we got freaking Geode and Gas are bangers, and freaking Grumpire and Rebro.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I misunderstood what you said.
And then Humbug, which I'm not gonna mention. I'm not gonna talk about because we haven't done.
Yeah,
it.
see, Hollow isn't like Lee. He doesn't say things like 2 years in advance.
Anyways, this okay. I don't think people give enough credit to Geode's melody because it is actually the most complex melody on this island.
It is a great melody. I've heard it remixed on other instruments. It always consistently sounds great.
It utilizes its instrument great. Its rhythm is not decent. Its rhythm is actually pretty complex. Its sound font is amazing. The actual like composition itself, like the actual notes, all sound great. It sounds good. It's a good melody. I think the biggest part is the rhythm. Like the rhythm is really good.
I agree. Like for a serene song like Water Island, it is surprisingly rhythmic. What I'm like all I'm trying to say is that like it doesn't overdo its rhythm, so
Yeah.
it works
Rhythmic.
perfectly.
It's
Rhythmic,
just
like
no. Don't,
Yeah, listen, it's a crystal clog, Liam. Don't you? You love bringing up crystals.
like I said, like it's not overblown. It's just at the
Yeah,
sweet
that's what I'm
spot.
saying.
It's really good, and I
Mhm.
love. And anytime it plays, I'm having a blast.
It's
Until I'm not.
really fitting to
Until
it
I'm
plays
not having
in
a
like
blast.
3 completely
Water
different.
Island.
I think, and then it's like it pops
No,
off
it
in
only
all
plays
of them.
in like. I remember only playing in like the.
It
Toe
plays a
Hammer
lot.
and the
It actually
ending
plays a
verse.
lot.
It plays
Yeah,
in the
it plays at the
dumpster
very
first.
start. It plays when Magpie comes in, and it plays at the very end.
It plays. Freaking when Wordos come in, when Epic Woes come in at the end, which is a lot for.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remembered it wrong. It doesn't play at the very start.
Yeah, it plays in the dumpster verse, but it's actually good.
That's a weird way of saying dipsters, Liam.
It's not even a dipster verse.
The
They
only
play
thing we
everywhere.
haven't talked about yet is Scuffs, but I want to save Scuffs for the ending verse.
All right, that's fair.
All right, it's okay. Freaking Leon, it's your girlfriend time.
Oh yeah, we get to talk about Liam's crush,
Hey.
Liam's wife, girlfriend.
Do.
Okay, I love Xanadu on this island. I don't care what anyone says.
Same.
I agree.
I used to not really like Xanadu as a monster that much, but I've grown on it, and very recently I've really come to love this track. It's won me over. I think it's great. I guess I've heard it pushed more. Like I've heard remixes where like it's been recomposed a bit, but it's still its core melody at the same. But it doesn't ruin the bass version for me. I still appreciate it.
It's really simple but
Yeah.
really effective. It's
It's really, yeah, it's
It's
really
your
good. I
very-
think that's just the one thing that I've come to learn about Water Island is that the melodies are really good.
debatable.
Hey, Liam, what do you think of Dandy Do on Water Island?
I'd rather not to yap about it.
All right,
Good
you know what, Liam?
decision.
We respect
Finally.
the humble. No,
Good.
but I'll speak on his behalf because I've heard. I think Liam's criticism is that we all know this. It's that it plays a lot, but so does a lot of other stuff. I think it's more so that Dandy Doo always tends to stand out amongst the other monsters, which is why it feels more repetitive than other monsters.
I mean, it's because it's a vocal.
I mean, yeah, the vocals on Water Island always stand out a lot.
I think Xanadu is amazing already. Structure doesn't do it justice.
All right, I guess that's fair.
And why that is, I can't explain yet.
So what do we think about Dandy Doo then?
Is it
It's
because
really
the
simple.
Wordos didn't extend the song, and neither does Anglo?
Later, Leon.
Mm.
Okay, listen. It's really it's surprisingly really simple. and like I don't have a lot to say about the actual composition because again, it's really simple. But simplicity doesn't mean bad. I think for what it is, it does a good job, and it doesn't like take away from any other monster. It's just a really good accompaniment to the main stuff going on, and I really appreciate it,
I
enjoy it.
agree.
Um, what's next? Okay, okay. So the wordos. It's time now.
Yeah, let's
Oh, boy.
go.
Okay,
boy.
okay.
Are we
I'm
gonna
think
talk
actually
about
hyped
Magpie
to talk about
first?
this because I actually really love the Wordos on this island.
I'm gonna have the complete opposite opinion because I think they're hot garbage
My
on this island.
What? They're not that bad.
What?
No, I want to hear your
Okay,
takes.
no.
No,
Okay, I half agree because I vibe with Magpie, but Persona, I agree with everything you're gonna
okay,
say.
listen. I want to
Okay,
hear
I
your
just had
take
a
first,
worst
so
first
that I can
thought for the
explain my take
lyrics.
better. Because a lot of I know you're gonna have, especially Magpie, you're gonna have a lot of like similar opinions. It's just one thing that kind of cuts the track
Yeah,
for me.
alert.
But I just want to hear your thoughts on the track. Like, tell me what's good about it.
Okay, who? You want me to talk about which one?
Whichever one, both Magpie and
All right,
Tail.
I'll talk about. I don't want to sound like a Giga hater though, because I will talk about what's good and bad about these. So it feels like for a lot of the Metro Islands that ever since the Wordos got introduced, they kind of become like the signature melodies. Because like Air Island, the Wordo melody gets remixed a lot, and with Water Island, it's no same. Like the Water Wordos melody, we've heard it a lot since they debuted, and that's because I think it's really good. Um, I think Magpie is the better of the two. I like the way it leads in. It feels like they learned. Well, actually, they were all recorded in advance, so I don't know if they learned or not. But it's not as harsh as it was on Cold Island. That's probably makes sense because Cold Island's a harsh song. So it makes sense that Magpie dials it back on this island, and I think it works really well. The part where it says, "The ocean's deep, the current strong." It feels comparable to Geoda, in my opinion, where it's rhythmic but not overdoing it, and I think that's why I am drawn to it so much. And
Honestly, I feel like thinking of this,
and
I have some interesting
mhm.
things to say about the Wordos.
Wait, let him finish first.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah, you
are we talking about that part as well as all around, or are we still just on that first part?
Do what you want. I'm gonna have my own takes soon.
Okay, because I don't want to like go too far ahead. Like I don't want to go to like all around and then I'm all right now. Like I don't want to get too far ahead. When do you think I should stop?
Okay.
Are we
Uh,
just talking about like all their tracks?
just okay. Do you have positive things to say about Persona? That's the question.
I mean, yeah. I mean, everything good about Magpie can be said about Persona. It's
Okay, so then talk about
pleasant.
Magpie, and then I'll take charge for the negatives.
All right, yeah, that's fair. We'll counter each other. We'll do what Water Island should have done. Because like, yeah, they are comparable, but the reason I think Persona is a little worse because she like breaks her words. It's always when Persona says the word "I," like her voice just like does this weird break or stutter, and like she just it messes us up, and I think that's why I'm drawn to Magpie more. Her voice is a lot softer than Persona, and she doesn't screw up any pronunciations of words like Persona does, which is why I personally think
It's
Magpie is the better of the two.
it sounds like you're saying Magpie is a lot steadier in his performance.
Exactly.
But yeah, when can I go?
You can go right now.
I feel like a lot of things about the Water Wordos are just bland. Like it has a lot of drawn out notes. The lyrics are kind of like ironically shallow, and it's like it really doesn't have an interesting layering. Like look at any other Wordos and their verses where they layer; they are more interesting than Water Island.
I guess the question then is, did it need to be? Because we've established already that water. Again, we've even said this earlier. Like, Water Island is not the flashiest of the natural islands. Like it's always been more slower
I
and
mean,
laid back.
I feel like they could have like actually harmonized instead of like layer.
I
Because I
personally
feel like
don't
could be a
mind that they
problem.
don't harmonize.
Plus, the water worlds have the long drawn out notes. They could have taken advantage of that with the for harmony's sake.
That's true. I don't find the long drawn out notes that I think they work.
You ready for me?
Yeah, we're ready.
Sure.
Okay.
No,
I
okay.
completely agree with everything you said about Magpie. However, I have to bring this up that, like, okay, I'm gonna take this bit by bit. I really appreciate Maggie's performance. Like, she killed it. She did an amazing job. I
I agree.
appreciate that. I just don't get to enjoy that in game because I don't know if it's the audio quality or just the mic. She gets cocked real bad. The microphone peaks. She sounds almost muddy, like she's not like clear. Ironically, like she's muddied. She's the mic peaks. It's just like the audio quality. What happened? And I don't know if if I remember right, the
Mm.
soundtrack doesn't have that issue. I might be
I
wrong on
kind of
that.
see what you mean.
It's like ah, and especially for what's supposed to be the main focus, that really stinks. Cause like again, I appreciate how much effort Maggie put into the performance, but I can't give props because of the mic quality is so shit that it completely cucks the performance.
I I don't think it's that detrimental, but I'm willing to listen to your criticism.
Yeah. Anyways, that's MacP specifically though.
So I guess you're about to tell me that Persona doesn't have those same issues.
Uh, no. Instead, she has sour notes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Persona has sour notes, and
And they're
that's why
really
I
very
personally
How
bad.
think she's
fucking
the worst.
ironic that the Wordo that is known for sour notes on its one other island isn't the one that has the problem with the sour notes.
Yeah.
Oh, Persona.
What's
What
going on?
happened? What happened? I don't
What's
like
I'm
that?
saying, bro, it's not even like I
Brother?
wanted. It's not even like anyone wanted Persona to suck. It's like, what happened?
Okay, just what happened? Like, what happened to the on the other two islands? Peak performance, and on this island, it's like she wasn't confident in it at all. Like her
That's what I'm
voice.
saying. Like, I feel like I actually agree with what Leon was saying, where it's like it feels drawn out and kind of unenthusiastic, almost lifeless. Like that's how I kind of feel about Persona. Like, right here I found where I belong. Like, it doesn't feel as soulful as it could
Oh
have
my
been.
god. Oh, you know what I realized?
What?
It's the opposite of Cold Island. Remember on Cold Island we said like Talker was acting, Magpie was just reading. It's the inverse on this island.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
I can't
We
believe
lost.
Magpie improved, but then Persona just
It's like it's
so
like those
bad.
episodes in the cartoons where the main character gets sick and they have to get taken care of, and at the end of the episode where they get better, the person that was taking care of them gets sick. That's what happened with Magpie and Persona on this island.
Oh my god, like the performance is so underwhelming. Like this is a very upbeat song and it's got serenity to it. Persona's performance doesn't fit either one of those and she I will honestly say she kind of clashes against the tone of the song because of
She
that.
does clash. I'd honestly say it's worse than underwhelming.
Yeah, I would say Persona is the biggest reason why. Okay, because Magpie is like it's it's amazing. I love it. It's
I agree.
just the mic quality or something like the audio quality that's not great. I can forgive it though. I'll forgive it. I
I
won't
didn't even
forgive
notice
Persona
it,
though.
but I'll take your word for it.
I won't forgive Persona because like the issue isn't with the audio quality. It's with the actual performance itself, and that's a lot. That's
That is true.
that.
Yeah, that is true. I completely agree.
Yeah. How about? But that's only Persona on its own. In the song,
I mean, it almost feels. I mean, it feels like it's necessary, but also isn't necessary.
that's the worst part.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm back.
oh, I think that's the worst part.
I love it when Persona and Magpie do like the two exact same things, and I cannot even tell which one's which.
I think that's the worst part because Magpie needs Persona to respond, but Persona
Yeah, like,
sucks.
but that's really it, though. Like, all they need is the call and response. But because Magpie came out first, like, we had a period of time to get used to it, and it didn't sound terrible.
Okay, but unfortunately, I'm still talking about this as a full song, and it's a full song.
Okay, yeah, that's true. We have to talk about a full song. That's my bad.
It's really bad. I'm sorry. It's really bad. I'm so sorry. Persona is probably the worst Wordle track, honestly. Like, I'm so sorry.
I would not fight anyone on that.
All right, time for my
As for it with
inspirational words
Magpie,
that may.
hold on, real quick. It with Magpie, I don't like them together because it's like freaking. I would say it's more offensive to me than Talker and Magpie were on Cold, cause just it doesn't sound good. The two voices together, they don't sound good together. I'm sorry, it doesn't work.
I don't think they sound terrible when singing one on one together, but I feel like I can understand why, because it's what we've been saying, where it's like if they had just been a little bit more enthusiastic, it could have sounded a lot better. But as what we're talking about right now, yeah, let's just let Hollow finish what he was saying.
And then the last point I want to make is their impact on the song is kind of negative as a whole because of that. And like,
yeah, they drown everything out.
They
too.
are part of the issue of just adding more half-baked melodies into the song and just making things feel more cluttered and bloated.
I wouldn't call the melody half-baked. I think the melodies are really
No, you're
great.
right. You're right. The performance is more so half-baked.
Yeah, it's the performance that the melodies is great.
Minus the sour notes. That
Yeah,
could use some work. That could use some work.
Personas,
But that's- yeah,
they have their own fair share
Yeah.
of issues.
In conclusion, Magpie just fixed the audio quality and boom, amazing. And then Persona needs a lot of work.
Yeah, Persona, just get a better performance, bro.
And no sour notes. Fix them, please. Thanks.
All right.
I think we've
I
said.
guess we'll talk about the. Are we gonna talk about the I'm Alright tracks now? I guess. I love that song word.
Actually,
didn't
yeah,
talk about
because like
this.
the only thing left is Saiba, but I think we can pretty much it's the same thing. Okay, anyways,
Because we kind of just segued into talking about the Wordow's impact on the song as a whole, so we could just talk about the I'm Alright tracks now.
the I'm Alright tracks are again don't like Persona, but I think it sounds good. It's just it kind of doesn't pair well with the other monsters there, and
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the weaker, but I would agree that that at least, even though they don't exactly harmonize, I don't think it sounds terrible.
It's not terrible. It's just
Yeah, it really isn't terrible,
Is anything
and that's
but
all you can
terrible.
ask for.
I'm gonna ask for a bit more, and that is I would like for them to at least sound good, and they just don't sound that good. They're not
I
terrible,
mean,
but
I
they're
get
not
that
good.
from Magpie, but unfortunately not Persona.
Yeah, and the work again.
We've been over it already.
They're just kind of shoved into the song, and they kind of clutter up the song a bit, and it's not great.
Yeah, the Wordos are kind of a mixed bag, unfortunately. But, you
Side
know, even for the Wordos that are considered least interesting, there were at least a lot of interesting things to talk about.
They had some nice ideas brought to the table, but it kind of didn't. Conceptually, I like them. Execution, yikes. Moving on.
Alright, yeah, that's enough talk.
Okay, finally.
Okay, there is a. Oh wait, there we got a freaking. Is the elephant in the room?
What? Let's fucking go!
Yeah! Roblox!
Guys, remember?
Yeah!
Hey guys, remember what we said about Pummel? Remember what we said about that
Yeah,
track?
yeah, Roblox, I'm telling you, Roblox pops off on this island.
No,
I'm
absolutely
not
not.
even
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This,
No, Roblox is great on this island. Too many people hate on this Roblox.
I think it's garbage. I think it's terrible.
No,
0
no,
out
that
of
is
10.
completely dismissing all of the intricacy.
There
in it,
is no
alright?
intricacies in this track.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
There
no.
is rhythm to it. It
Okay,
goes-
you sound like such a hypocrite right now. You freaking
Okay,
said
the second half maybe not as interesting, but there is a rhythmic flow to it, and I think
No.
it actually really
Okay,
works in
listen,
the song,
you sound-
especially
no, listen.
in electronic songs like Anglo.
Randomly from his hat.
No, listen. Here- Listen.
And I know because Ethereal Womack literally doesn't even fit at all.
Ethereal?
This feels like old men arguing.
Okay, listen. Hear me out. You're
I'm
being
listening.
kind of hypocritical right now because you said
What?
Pummel's
Okay,
track
okay.
wasn't that great, and this is literally that exact rhythm but on freaking Wobox.
Yes, but the thing is, Wobbox is Wobbox, so you're gonna notice it more, and it's more interesting too because it's not just Pummel's dun 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 dun. Like Wobbox has all these intricate little sounds, and that when added together creates something much more fun.
Okay, sure. Problem is, doesn't fit in the song at all. This isn't large bombastic song. Woolbox
Okay, yeah,
goes
that's
for
fair.
large bombastic sound. It doesn't fit in the song, so it's not gonna work. This ain't Woodland Island, bro.
All right, but we have
Even
stuff like
Woodland
Epic
Island
Warbox and
Woolbox got
Angle. Like
quiet
Okay.
everything's kind of just
That
like
argument doesn't
balanced
work
now.
because you're saying, oh, just
Okay.
because they have similar esque sound fonts, they would sound good together. Here's the thing: you still got the rest of the song to contend with, and also Anglo and Epic Woolbox are a lot more mellowed out than Woolbox. Woolbox is just bombastic for the sake of being bombastic. The other two, not they're actually put into this. Well, mostly just Epic Woolbox because English just copied Quibble, but whatever. Like you get what I mean? Like they're melded into the song a lot better because they fit the tone. They don't go for large bombastic like Woolbox. And Woolbox
Yeah,
doesn't
I'll
fit the
give
tone
you
of the
that.
song.
Like especially in this visual, like it's a very intense Warbox track. Not very fitting for the Serene Water Island.
Exactly. It doesn't
I guess
fit.
I've been saying it a lot where it's like with like Tweedle as well, like a lot of like those more intricate sounds get like drowned out, so you really just hear like the main rhythm, which is just bum dum 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 bum da 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 dum dum, and like even if you think it sounds good or not, like I can at least agree that it's like, oh yeah, it's still probably a little too much for Water Island.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I really
I guess it's more so that I feel like people just dismiss it. I at least want to talk about that. It's like it's not just a bunch of like fitting or not. It's not just like mindless dubstep. Like
that. Well, I mean, that's what I think.
I've always admired this Woolbox.
I think natural Woolbox is mindless upset. Natural and ethereal.
I think the mindless dubstep shit, it would probably be Aaron Cold, but whatever. This ain't.
Look, all I'm saying is that regardless or not, Woolbox was going to be on a water island inevitably.
Yeah. Anyways,
Since we know that the
it's
since
not
I think
my
they
least
themselves
favorite
confirmed
Woolbox track.
that all the natural islands are the same tempo because they were going to add a Woolbox.
140 tempo. Ha ha ha. Anyways, I think.
It was always meant to be there.
Is this
His
okay?
Extravagance.
I don't know whether or not I don't know where. Because like it's not
'Cause
my
it
least
also-
favorite
okay.
Woolbox.
I feel like that might be getting ahead because it does play another verse, but that might be getting ahead of ourselves.
It's the same story as this verse. It just doesn't fit and it overbloats.
That verse isn't. That verse is a little bit more upbeat.
It
so
is.
I feel like it is at least more fitting. No, it is more fitting because no, I like
No, here's the thing.
hipsters.
It's a lot
Okay.
more. That makes it worse for Woolbox because Woolbox is a very bombastic and overbloated track, and you've also got both Epic Woolbox and Shelby who are umping it up a bit. So what do you get? Clutter, and that's what happened because it doesn't do it well with either one of them. Yuck. 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 Yuck.
That is my answer to that.
Thanks a lot for that. I'm gonna kill myself now. Goodbye.
no. It may. I really like. I don't want to sound dismissive as well because I would be kind of hypocritical. Like, no, I completely get like people say like even thematically like electricity and water they don't mix. So like it's like what Leanne was saying about like oh Octopus and Fangler Psychic Island was doomed from the start. Like it almost feels like conceptually Woolbox on Water Island was doomed from the start. Could they have made it work? Probably, but at the very least, yeah, I can agree that like, yeah, Woolbox probably isn't it, but as a Woolbox enjoyer, I feel the least I can do is point out the intricacies in this track because I don't feel like it's just all rock dubstep. Like that's the least I can do.
Okay. It's all about context. Take the context of the song, and in execution, Woolbox just doesn't fit in that context, so it's not going to work.
Woolbox could have really worked on here too. It's a robot, and there was like a hype song.
Yeah,
we're talking about water. That's irrelevant.
Yeah. Anyways, Woolbox is
Stop being dry and start being wet.
All right. Next up, we got the quartet. Sponge.
Oh, I know this one.
Reetling, Potbelly, and Cybop.
And Spoon. Don't forget Spoon.
I said Sponge.
You did not say
I
Sponge, bro. I did not. Oh, did you? Okay, whatever. Don't listen to me.
Okay. We need to start with Cybop because he plays first.
All right, we'll talk about Cybop. Oh yeah, he does play first. He even plays in this verse.
I mean, Cybop is also robotic and plays in the calm song.
Yeah,
This is
true.
the
It's the
first-
robotic sound that I was talking about, Hollow.
It's fucking
this is the-
ass.
This is the first of
It's
the,
robot sound.
this is the first post Air Island Cypop where he gained
Wait, holy shit, true. Water Island has always had robotic sounds from the start. The more robotic sounds added later were never out of place.
Cybop
I'm
is
right. All right, Cyborg time.
Cybop is fucking ass.
What? I'm not a shill for Cyborg on this island, so I want to hear. What's
I
the
think
actual thoughts?
no, I was joking.
Okay.
I think Cybop is okay. I don't have any strong feelings about him.
Does it clash with the
Yeah,
words?
same, honestly.
No,
He's
it doesn't
solid.
clash. What are you talking about, Leanna? Why does it? What do you mean it clashes?
No, I want to hear him out now. This is nutty.
Ew.
I'll take
Okay, maybe it's
get rid
like
of the gutter, bro.
Well, Leanne, why does it clash?
nowhere.
What the heck?
You said it
All right,
clashed.
Cyborg doesn't clash. You heard it here, folks.
You said it clashed.
I think Liam thought it did, and then he actually had to think about what he was saying and realized, oh, it doesn't. Never mind.
Anyways, I think Cybop, it's okay on its own. I like it in the first half of the song because it does a nice job leading up to
Yeah, I can
the next
appreciate.
verse, which
I like
helps
the
the
idea
progression
of
of
them
the song.
cutting up the track to put it in the verse ahead,
it helps.
just to add a bit more.
Yeah, it helps with the progression of the song.
Yeah, it does. A shoomba, a doomba, a doombow.
Performance is
Very
good.
simple, but really effective. It's exactly what we were talking about earlier, where it's got rhythm, but it's not overdoing it.
It's
Yeah.
like Air Island. Oh,
Because it's Cyabop, so it's always gonna have rhythm.
No, it's better than
And-
Air Island Maw, bro. Air Island Maw ain't got nothing on this.
I was gonna think about that too. It's the same thing happened with Maul, where they split its track, but yeah, it's way better than Airline Maul.
And of course you got its quartet with Potbelly, Reaping, and Sponge, and that's a really good quartet. On their own, none
It
of
is a
those
great
monsters
quartet.
stand out, but together, I think they're really solid.
Yeah, it's a great quartet. I'm not gonna call it a personal connection, but I always remember the Cybot because when I was younger, I was one of those kids who's like, the monsters have hidden. I was a hidden lyrics kid, so I knew it didn't actually say it, but I always like to imagine that Cybop on Water Island was singing, "I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry." I don't know why I always heard that, but it always, I don't know.
Cybop killed my grandma, and he's apologizing.
Yeah, that's true, Cybop. Yeah, Water Island is an apology song.
Why? Why don't you like Cybop? Because Cybop killed my grandma.
Water Island is an apology song.
That's
Me
the
when I
funny
try to apologize, but the Woboxes start playing and you can't hear my apology.
Eh, who should we talk about next?
Oh,
What are we feeling? What are we in mood for?
I
Why did
think-
Lane just moan.
Ew.
Oh! Liam moaned because Cybop admires Jubilee and Jubilee moans.
Ew.
Wow.
I think, okay, potential hot take. I think Potbelly is heavily underrated and overlooked on this island.
No, I
I can see.
I agree.
ba-da-da-da.
I
Yeah,
like it.
I like the climb downwards. It's
Oh yeah, that part is really good.
I can see that played on a guitar on the top of the song.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see this a lot now. A lot of rhythmic stuff, but not overly so.
Actually, Potbelly plays a sour note and it's garbage.
Oh yeah, he plays a sour note. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing it now. I'm hearing the sorrow now. I mean, how detrimental is it?
Like, none at all. You don't even know.
Okay, bro. See, I forget that you're obligated to bring up sour notes, whether they're harmful or not.
Potbelly killed my
whenever
grandma as
Hollow says,
well.
oh, it plays a sour note. It's always a gamble. Oh, does that mean it's good? Does that mean it's bad?
You know, it
Alright,
it
can
usually
we
depends.
talk about what's the difference between a good sourdough like Potbelly and a bad sourdough like Carlsona?
Okay, listen, it kind of depends
I
on the
think that
song.
is worth bringing up. Actually.
Here's the thing. On something like Cold Island, when a sour note is called for, it can really work to add spice and flavor to a song. Here on Water Island, it's not gonna work. However, here's the thing. It depends
Alright.
whether the note actually registers in the song. Like if you hear it clash Cause sometimes like you have a sour note, but like it's so short that it just doesn't even clash like Potbelly on this island. Whereas Persona holds the sour note, so you really hear it. So that's why it really doesn't
Oh,
work.
that's actually that makes a lot of sense.
So it's all about whether it registers as sour in the song. And if it does, problem. If it doesn't, who cares? And
Yeah, that's true.
Is it
Also,
sour
if your
or is
song
it?
is
it's
centered on
it's kind of
sour
like
notes,
how freaking Gloptic and like Octopus were on Psychic Island. Gloptic has sour notes, but you don't even hear him as sour in the song. Octopus has sour note, and you do hear it. And notice how on Psychic Island, like you, freaking Gloptic's sour note was pretty short. Octopus held the note for a while, so that's why.
See, that's called bringing up Psychic Island for a relevant reason.
I think you can understand my point now.
No, I completely understand, and it actually brings me up a really good question. For like a hypothetical. So you're saying that because of this, do you think would it be possible to hide like a ton of sour notes in a song, and if you can't hear them, then it would still be good?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
In fact,
I
Cold
guess
Island
it's
does
like
this.
there's a method to the madness, I guess.
Cold Island does this a little bit.
Okay, yeah. It does.
My own song, Forgotten Labyrinth, does this.
that
I would know because I know how to do it.
goes hard.
Shut up.
Sometimes an accidental can make all the difference.
Yep. And
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was
Bob
pretty
Ross called a
accidental.
happy little accident.
And sometimes sour notes can actually benefit your song and make them really, really interesting. I don't think I have any examples on the top of my. Oh, freaking!
Giger on Woman
That's a
Island?
lie. That's a lie. Continent does this,
Oh,
and it's
fucking
amazing.
Continent.
Freaking. Actually, I'm not gonna bring up which one it is, but just know Continent uses the sour note, and it's so freaking amazing, and I love it, and it's 10 out of 10 in Continent. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, we could have just talked about Giger and how it like definitely uses sour.
Yeah,
notes when
Giger,
it's a
Zucker,
preview.
that's true.
hmm
Freaking, we're gonna talk about Mythical Island soon, and Mythical Island does this. So
Yeah, we'll see about Mythical Island.
I'm not talking about the sour note you're thinking about. I'm thinking of a different one. But like again,
That's true.
sour notes. Again, it's all depending on context. If the context works and you do it right, sour notes can go a long way. Do it if it doesn't work in the context and you do it wrong, it makes my ears bleed. So yeah.
All
It's
of
funny
it, and
because-
we're talking about Potbelly.
Yeah, I was about to say it's funny because all of this because we were talking about Potbelly, but like again, I said this earlier. This is why we talk about the monsters so intricately because it stems into conversations like these that help you understand music more.
Music
Like, what's a sour
music is
note and how you
very
can use
intricate.
sour
There's a
note
lot of things to
effectively.
go with music.
All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Who's next in the quartet?
Reeling.
Readling.
That-
Dun
that-
dun dun
It's
dun.
kind of chords, but it's like rhythmic chords.
This is Readling's
Yeah, it's rhythmic
introduction.
chords.
Better Box does it better.
Yeah.
Man, remember when Reeling isn't so overly shrill?
That's
I-
okay. That's okay.
Readling never clicked with me.
Listen,
Like it's not bad, but like it feels like it was trying to do some sort of rhythmic thing, but also trying to say soft, which works. But I guess for me personally, really never made it stand out. Like Readling's never been one of my.
yeah.
At least early on, Readling was never one of like a monster I was huge on.
I think
So I'll let everyone else be the spokesperson here.
Readling is kept on the simpler side on purpose because they're like, okay, it's the final triple. We're gonna give you a taste of what Readling can do, and then come Earth Island, we're gonna show you what it can really do. That's kind of how I felt about it.
I see.
So this is kind of like prepping you up for the OP-ness that is Earth Island Readling.
Penis.
I see.
Okay, Leanne.
Okay, Leon.
Wait, what did he say?
I said OP, and then he said penis.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Readling's decent. Not amazing, not gonna win any awards, but it's decent. And then lastly, Sponge.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Like, of all the tracks in Water Island, this is the one I'm least passionate about. I have nothing to say.
And then Sponge.
Sponge.
Oh yeah, remember it? Oh, so like I think it's like in the soundtrack, but like Sponge is like really, really sour, but you don't hear that in the gang version.
I just does
Yeah,
that
they,
have? I
they,
don't
they
remember.
edited a lot.
I don't remember that.
It's like
Anyways,
really sour and like very,
No, I
like
know
very
exactly because
bad.
I used to listen to the soundtrack all the time back in high school. I know
oh,
exactly what you're
soundtrack.
talking about.
Yeah, I forgot about what did it. What? I don't think about
It goes
that.
like,
It was so fucking bad.
like it
It
sounds
plays
so
a fucking
off.
C note.
Well, what
But
did
we're
they?
talking.
I don't know
Oh
what
my
they did with
gosh.
it, but they did something with it. Anyways, in game, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not talking about
I
that.
like it
We're not
honestly.
gonna-
I really vibe with it. It's not like my favorite thing ever, but when I listen to Water Island, I'm like, I don't know, this it's kind of corny. I like it.
It Sponge definitely peaked on cold. I'll say that.
I mean, it fits for this type of song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I am currently eating a cake.
Oh, nice.
What's next? What's next? Epic Woolbox.
Yeah. Oh, I love Epic Roblox on this island.
Yeah.
Yo, it's the castle base, but again.
No, it's more than just the castle.
Can we,
Really.
like-
You're right. It's castle base with added
yeah,
percussion.
Yeah, I agree with High Score. It's more because there's actually percussion and it's pretty
Yeah.
thematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Because
castle
so
base, but
much,
slightly
it's
more.
So interesting and fun.
Let's not forget, this was the first Epic Woolbox to have more than 2 tracks.
I like it
That's
when
true. It has.
That's Cold Island and Plant Island.
I like
said-
it when the
I
Woolbox
said
goes.
more than 2 tracks.
I thought they had more than 2 tracks. Oh no, I'm
They
remembering
have
this wrong.
only 2.
My bad.
It's
Oops.
fine, Hollow.
My
I
bad.
like it
Hollow
when the
fumbled.
Water Island Woolbox bubbles and just the whoop whoop.
Yeah, it's like the
Oh, yeah, true. The sonar as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, freaking Ping Hound walks so Epic Woolbox could run.
Yeah.
Anyways, I
Yeah.
actually don't have a lot to say about it because I'm.
All right. 3 of us will be the spokesperson.
Yeah, you guys can be
for
the
here.
spokesperson for this one.
Yeah, it's
There's
like,
one thing Hollow is, he's not the Wobox enthusiast.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No,
he's
I'm not.
not whoop-tastic.
All right, who wants to go? All right, boys, who wants to go first?
Maybe me.
What about you?
Yeah.
All right. Huh?
Thinking of like much.
Anyways, right. So currently, I am on my absolute high because we just had Peak drop 2 days ago. So I'll explain
Yeah,
this.
true.
Okay, so you have the first time Epilogues plays. It's very deep. It's pretty. It's kind of like it's kind of imposing. It's pretty slow. It's just like. Yeah, like that. It's got the percussion playing. It's pretty.
Maybe you should be the voice of Water Island Epic Woolbox.
Yeah, I think you just that sounded 1-to-1.
And then it comes back for the Readling and verse, and it gets way more energetic. It goes
Yeah.
and it's got the percussion speeding up with it too. And then part of the ending verse, which we'll get to soon, it goes back to being slow, but it's just the percussion now. So you just hear the. This is very, very good for the overall feel of the ending verse.
Exactly. The Epic Wobexes are always very ambient. You know, Plant had the sound of like chittering wood. Hold had like chimes. Air Wobox freaking exhaust.
fits the tone.
Well, that's where you're wrong, because this Wobox does fit the tone. I'm not too. The first track is definitely my least favorite track. Like the I don't know. I almost would say I don't like that track.
I don't
feel
like the
it was
cutoff.
kind of unnecessary, and it could have just done its percussion track, but it's completely saved by the second track. It's literally just what Readling does, but it's on such a more blaring and upbeat and more sound. And that combined with the percussion as well and all the intricate sounds it has, it just makes Water Island in that verse feel so much more live. And then its percussion track at the end, its track at the end is really good. You know, it's the iconic Roblox percussion track, boom, ba-dum, bum, combined with the sonar and the bubbles. It's just so ambient, and the echo as well, the reverb as well. it adds so much to Water Island's ambient feel, while somehow being a Wobox, which is known for being extremely. It's a triumph. I would want nothing more from Water Island.
I'm going to say this. I think Water Island Epic Wobox is currently the best percussion track of all the Epic Wobox.
I would not fight anyone on that, and I would like to hear your outline.
Another great
It's like
track for
it's like really ambient, but like in a rhythmic way. Like it's like really unique. Like
I really think
the
it's because of the
waves
sonar.
crash down, the bubbles, the sonar
Shut
ping.
up. I really think it's the sonar ping that's doing the heavy lifting. That
And then of course there's also Connie, which yeah. Man,
yeah, it's just
only
there's so much to love about this Water Wobox.
only air Epic Wobox have a percussion track, then I would probably say that it's good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Epic Box did not live up to the otherwise flawless track record of the Epic Boxes.
Gold Island.
All right, bro. All right.
Okay, hello.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we got
Bro had to find a way to rain on our parade.
I mean, yeah,
No,
it is water. So
you know what they say: when Hollow goes, no Wobox shall triumphs.
Damn.
That's
Okay.
not what speak of you, Hollow.
Anyways, you guys finished with Wobox?
Yeah, anyone else got anything to say? I think they're up to that. Bottom line, Epic Wobox gotta be one of the best monsters on this island.
Yeah.
Hands down, without question.
And I guess we're gonna talk about Rare Wobox once we get to its verse.
I think.
Yeah.
Wait.
We'll see what happens.
I'm looking at the list. I completely forgot Shrub was here.
Oh wow.
No. See, Shrub is hype on this island. I love it when Shrub goes.
I
can't
legit
even
forgot it
fucking
was.
do it.
I legit
Nah, I
forgot
got
what
this,
it did.
guys. I got this.
Oh yeah, I got it completely wrong.
Okay,
See, I actually remember Shrub because people said it was so forgettable.
I
So I
forgot.
inadvertently memorized what Shrub does on this island, so it's never like forgettable for me.
I freaking forgot
Like-
about it.
When I was thinking of like the intro, I almost considered doing Shrub, and you guys are gonna be like, "Bro, what monster is this?" And so we're like, "Shrub." Everyone knows Shrub on this island.
Again, I forgot it existed.
I mean, talking about it now, there isn't much to say.
It's
Yeah.
it's freaking bare bones who gives a shit percussion tracks.
Yeah,
Sorry, Shrub, you suck on this island. Moving on.
I mean, he's using his mouth for something on this island.
Okay, bro.
Am I wrong?
All right, we're moving on to the final verse of the song. Let's talk about Scups. Anyway,
How long
Scups.
does this take them?
Yeah, can we talk about Scuffed in like the entire fucking song?
Scups is, in the most of the song I don't care about it. It's just in this part where I really like it.
Oh, come on! Scuffed is good in a Tweedleverse.
I guess I'm not gonna ever really think about it, but like in this verse, it's so good. It duets amazingly with Shelby. It's so good. I love it.
Oh yeah, it does. I'll be honest, I'm not too big on. I've actually never been too big on Water Island Scups, but I can appreciate. But I will. What am I trying to say? But if I can praise Scups, I will. I am down for Scups praise. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't really care about Scups on any island outside of freaking Air Island, but same thing. I would appreciate this one. I really like it.
Yeah, like I'm down.
Continent?
Oh yeah, it's on continent.
Yeah, well, not even continent.
I forgot it was on continent.
Wow, bro. Fake fan, bro.
Foreshadowing for
How
what's-
could you ever forget a monster on continent?
Foreshadowing.
See, Liam, that's how you do foreshadowing that, bro. So yeah, Scups has never been a monster I'm huge on, but I'm always down to praise it because I acknowledge that it has great tracks, and this is no exception.
Yeah, it's. I like
for how
it.
simple it is. Like,
It just goes so well with Shelby. That's the thing.
exactly. It's just like its other sounds like Blab It and whatnot, where like it's thematically fitting for this island. That's what makes it great as well.
Yeah, like it's that I really it's just that duet with Shelby is moi. I love it.
I like how both
Good for
Gump and
you.
Ringling took the back seat on water, but then on their other islands, they really go all out.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Scopes is really good. I really like it. Rare Box, it's there. It sure is
It's
in the song.
fantastic.
I like it. I've been a fan of her
Yo,
Roblox.
it's whoop-tastic. It goes
No,
harder than
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Robobox on this island is same deal that happened with Gold Island. Really good sound, just gets cooked.
By what? What does it get cut by?
The structure of the song. In this case, it just
Oh, okay.
I'm honestly not a big fan of it.
I like it. I like his.
I can see why. Like, this is one of the ones where it's like it's really easy to see why people would not be a fan.
Yeah,
but, like,
it's like
it's
I
not
think
bad.
it sounds
It's
good.
like-
It's just
It's like
it bloats up the verse.
Yeah, it's just kind of clutter.
probably it's like probably my second least favorite Rare Wobbox.
Damn,
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that.
the disrespect.
I don't know.
I
About
do not.
I guess what I like about it is I warmed up to it over time because I liked like
Wait.
the ambience. Like it's not it. It feels like it tried to fit the vibe of Water Island, where it's not like sporadic like it was on Air Island. It's very slow, and I appreciate it. For
Yeah,
that.
it works. It's just the structure that cooks it because it gets shoved into the verse with like 30 other monsters and it just it overbloats.
Wait, guys, I'm stupid. I meant third least favorite Rare Wobbox. I forgot Air exists.
Okay, wait. What was the
How could
other
you
one
forget-
then?
Haven.
Okay. Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
kill you now.
Yeah, I
No,
see that one.
that's fair.
I see that one. I
I'm
see
gonna
that
kill
one.
you, dude. I'm gonna kill you, dude.
Mhm.
Cope. Anyways, Rare Woolbox is it could have been really good. It's iffy.
It's mid.
It's fine. I enjoy it.
I enjoy it too.
It's
I
like
can confidently say I enjoy it.
it's like one of the most nothing burger Rare Wobboxes outside of Firehaven.
I wouldn't be
I'm
that
gonna kill you,
hard.
dude.
Now you're just being a hater.
That's everything.
No, we forgot to talk about the Colossi!
Yeah.
Do we actually give a shit about the
I'm
Colossi
gonna
to actually talk
about-
about
Okay,
it?
can we just
Shout
say
out to
that
when we
Water
listened to
Island-
Water Island before the start of this, and it jump scared Hollow because it was so loud.
Yeah. Can we talk about how Water Island Colossi is probably like the best of the 5 Colossi?
See, that's where you're wrong because I don't even know.
See, people don't appreciate the Colossi. They're really cool, especially with the start where it's like, yeah, the start, it can be a bit much, but like, that hissing noise is really cool, and it has those same like bubbling current water noises that like Epic Wobox has, but like tenfold, and then it does this amazing thing at the very end where like it does the same thing that the Air Colossi does, where it cuts off at the very end, but in a natural way that works, and it adds this neat flow to the outro as well.
It's a mystical beat drop.
Honestly, I kind of disagree.
All right, fair. I'm down to
Yeah,
hear a
shut up.
contrarian's opinion.
Shut up.
What's up?
Shut up, Hollow.
No, I want to hear him out. I want to hear him.
You're actually a hater.
No, guys, come on. We're being fair. I want to hear all his opinion.
I think Phosphorin Flux has shown me how to do ambience right. Because here's the thing about ambience, it's ambience. It's not musical. You can't try and make ambience musical. It's ambience. And the freaking Colossi try to make it musical. Guess what? It doesn't work. Because it's not musical.
I never said it was musical.
Well, the thing is, like, it's like, you're trying to say, oh, it
It's
makes
like
the island
really
flow.
ambience almost.
You're saying
like,
like
it
yeah,
does this
it
cool-
flows. It does this really cool thing with its freaking timing. Like that's all talking about things musically.
Unless you're talking about Water
That's
Island.
fair, but like I'm just appreciating it as a sound.
As a sound, I think it doesn't work because again, you can't make ambience musical. It's ambience.
I mean, it's still a cool sound.
Phosphorin Flux showed how to do it well. Phosphorin Flux has like just this
Yeah,
one like
that
really
doesn't mean
ambient
that
sound,
this-
but it doesn't
or at
overstay
least
its
we don't
welcome.
think it
It's
was
just
some kind of
put.
error.
It's really just like actually I don't want to talk about it because that's for Light Island, but like
Phosphorin Flux, I feel like is more musical than the Colossi.
In this podcast, we've been giga foreshadowing, so maybe we can give a snippet.
the thing about Phosphorin Flux is that it doesn't go all out. It just like one little whoosh, and then that's it. And that's all we need to add some a bit of ambience and atmosphere to the song. Like, that's
What
good.
about the other two tracks?
Unfortunately, I'm talking about the ambient track here, Arrow. The other two, not so much. This on Colossi just try to do too much with ambience. You can't do too much with ambience. It's ambience. That's
I mean, I guess, but that's kind of what draws people to it. Like
really no one likes the Colossi.
a lot with some hypothetically really basic or nice sounds. Like we were able to talk about how like it does that cool little freaking like cut off at the end and like all the noises.
It's like
Wait till we see.
it.
Wait
It's
till
like
we see this.
it's just. I don't want to say it harms the song because again, it's not musical. What
Yeah,
is
it
harming?
doesn't. It fits.
It doesn't benefit the song either. It doesn't do anything. That's everything now for real. And now Water Island is a full song. Okay, it's time for like what could possibly be the deal breaker for me. I've been foreshadowing this for a while. The structure of the song sucks. I'm sorry.
I
It
don't think
sucks.
so.
Why
Alright,
does it
well,
suck?
here,
Here's the thing why it sucks. It's too short.
Alright.
That's it. It's way too short. This song is too short. It needs to
We
be
could
longer.
have had a song expansion from either the Wordos or Anglo. We saw how both of those classes of monsters extend the song.
Yeah, and they don't extend the song. So guess what? This means that this island that's a minute and 20 seconds long. Keep that in mind. 1 minute, 20 seconds long, 80 seconds total. That is way too short.
Oh my gosh.
Guess how many monsters? It's like trying to fit over 20 monsters in less than 2 minutes. Guess what? That didn't work out because
Holy
we
shit.
tried to shove monster after monster into this already established versus. The problem is that's gonna overcrowd and overbloat. And most of these sounds, they don't harmonize that well with each other, unfortunately. Like the Wordos, Wobogs, Dipsters, etc., etc. And so as it is right now in this current state, Water Island is very, very cluttered, and that really messes with the island's, particularly the serene part of the island's tone. Because when you want to make something serene, you can't afford to make it cluttered, as we've seen with Gold Island. And unfortunately, Water Island is cluttered, so the serene aspect of the song is damaged because of it. I don't think it's as bad as it was on Gold, but it's still like a big thing against this island. It hinders the island so much. And again, like it's very short. So when you're listening, it's like, oh yeah, like we're just getting started. We're just getting wrapped up. Oh, it's over. Oh, okay. It's like
there's probably actual songs in MSM as like at least twice as long as Water Island.
Yeah, Amber Island, Continent, Nexus.
Of course.
Isn't Workshop like at least twice as long?
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, pretty sure it is.
I will put it really good. I definitely agree that the serene tone has been damaged at worst. I still think Water Island is solid overall. There's a lot to enjoy.
Yeah, okay. With
opinion.
that, we gotta.
I think I'm on the boat to say that Water Island is a bad song. Like, I'm sorry. Wobox and Birdos, that's inexcusable. They drown out everything that is, like, valuable.
I think it's a little too harsh, but I'm hearing you out.
I'm with Leon. I'm giving. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good song.
I think it's good.
I think the island. It started out as just okay, and then addition after addition after addition, blah. It's all they needed to do was extend the song, and they didn't do that. So now it's just overbloated, overcrowded, cluttered, and it loses itself. And I'm sorry, I can excuse that. That's not good. That's not good songwriting. So I'm gonna give it down.
All right, Arrow, you're the tie. It's either the bad or we're at a tie.
Well, I for one think Water is a good song.
We're at a tie yet again.
Actually a tie.
Okay, so here's what it comes down to.
I'm so evil.
I'm so evil for liking things.
Evil! Okay, here's what it comes down to then.
All right.
it's gonna come down to like how it was in Gold Island. It's gonna come down to what I'm gonna call the argumentative point, which basically means that um, it's basically what I need a really strong argument on why this island is good. I need it because whatever that says, I'm because whatever we say here, I'm saying to in the video itself because I already have my argument was why I can't call this island good. I don't have a good argument to why it's good. I have a good one for why it's bad, but I don't have one for why it's good. So I need one for why it's good if I want to give it if I want to give it a thumbs up. Because so far, we've been actually leaning pretty down so far. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the monsters are like either disappointing or damages the song.
Yeah, that's been a common trend in this podcast. So that's why I'm like,
Wow.
that's why I feel the need to say this island's down vote. So can you
I
get?
guess I guess it was just so much fun talking about everything, regardless if it was good or not.
Yeah, it was
I kind
fun.
of didn't realize it.
It was fun talking about stuff, but unfortunately, the stuff we talked about was not very good.
Oh, time to
Yeah,
everything but like 5 monsters on Water Island.
because like I obviously enjoyed the experience, but I need to talk about why.
Yeah, I enjoy Water Island, but I know
So
it's not a good song.
yeah, so the Water Island experience. You're getting into a song crafted by the Monster Handlers. It's not a traditional MSM song. It's a funky MSM song flair, almost in a genre league of its own, unlike any other music you're ever gonna listen to. So you're getting all these well-crafted, wild melodies. The song starts, and you're taken in with monsters with a lot of stuff. Octopus, Anglo, the Dipsters. I forgot the Dipsters.
Oh yeah, the Dipsters actually extended Water Island for a bit.
Yeah, they did. That's why Water Island's a good island. They extended Water Island, so you're wrong, Holly. It's immediate extension. But anyways, so it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff playing together. You don't really know what to make of it, but you're going with it anyway because your curiosity spikes, and there is some good stuff to be there, like octopus and monsters providing an interesting foundation, like Anglo and Quibble. Despite everything, it's an interesting approach to water. And then you have the Wordos come in. You have Magpie with her very steady, with her very steady performance. You're not going to notice the imperfections in the full song. And again, more melodies come in. You have Toe Jammer,
That's
Tweedle,
not a
and stuff
melody.
like that. More interesting melodies along with
The
Magpie's
melodies that come in
performance.
are Tweedle, Geode, the Wordos, and then after that you
Yeah,
got
true, Geode.
you got Blabbit, Dandidoo, Cybop, Wordos again. I think that's
Yeah.
it.
So you have all this stuff coming in, playing off of each other. It's a lot to take in, but none of it sounds bad, and you're not going in with the mindset or the context of like, oh, this could have been so much more. In the context of just the song, it's serviceable, and it's not doing anything offensive. Then of course you have you have the part where Parsono comes in, and that Sarno isn't gonna land with everyone, but maybe you're still giving the song a chance. And then Woboxes come in, and a lot comes into that part. You have Anglo, both Woboxes, and the Wordos coming on and saying it's all around. Like it's a lot, but it's not terrible. It's listenable. And then the song doubles down on its more upbeat, funky vibe with I'm alright now, cool, calm, clear like water. You have that brief period of breathing room, take in all the stuff. You got the good quartet coming in. Again, just constant, rhythmically interesting stuff coming in, but not overboard. It's an experience to say the least. And then the really good stuff comes in. Wobox comebacks in, epic Wobox comebacks in. Some of the best stuff the song has to offer comes in.
I don't know about Wobox, bro.
It's a fun time. And then the end of the song comes in which is where the song then doubles down on all its ambient stuff. Geode, epic Lovox, the Colossi, rare Lovox, the percussion, like it's a very solid way to cap off the song. And so, yeah, even if you're looking at through the song's history, that it definitely has changed over the years. As as a gestalt, it is salvageable and nowhere near as bad as the other islands that we've called bad.
Okay, I agree with that. I
And
agree
you
with
don't
that
have
last
to
part.
agree with everything, but that is my case.
Yeah, I think like
No,
it's
hold on, Leanne.
it's
Hold
like
on, Leanne.
sanctum levels of bad or like psychic levels of
No,
bad.
hold
or
on, Leanne. Hold on, Leanne. Okay. I agree with that last part. I don't think this island is that bad. I don't think it's that good either. I think it's a painfully mediocre island as it is right now. I freaking. No, that's the wrong way to put it. But I heard you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the
Yeah, I'm
thing.
listening.
The whole thing with your argument is that it's fine if you look past the bullshit. It's the same argument again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Did I make
sorry.
the same argument again?
I'm sorry. That's not a good argument.
Literally with Psychic
Damn
Island.
it, high score, you fucked us over.
I didn't screw over anything. I was just
So,
Art,
argumentative point says,
I mean, is it still as what am I saying? Of course.
I don't think it's like bad.
Yeah, it's not on the same level, but it's still fundamentally the same principle.
Yeah.
Just on a less offensive example.
It's a less offensive Gold Island, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why it's so much harder to judge.
Yeah. Okay. Harbor, again, it comes down to principle. Because
Yeah,
we would
I was
be
gonna say,
hypocrites
it does come
to
down to principle.
we would be hypocrites to say, oh, Gold Island's bad. But hey, Water Island has the same problems. We can excuse it. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
I mean,
Yeah, you make a
would
good
have
point.
been a
Like,
counter
you
argument.
make a good point. Like, even if Water Island is a less offensive example, it's still doing the same things.
Yeah, and
It's like, and even though Water Island isn't as bad, you should still try and shoot for more.
Yes, because there's other islands that maybe are a bit bloated too. Like Haven, we saw was a bit bloated. However, the difference is that in Haven's case, it didn't screw over its tone. Water Island, it screwed over its tone.
That is true. Haven is a really consistent song. I'll give it that.
Yes. Good to speak.
And that's why Water Island doesn't work, because it's bloated and also at the detriment of its tone.
I mean,
that's the big.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You have the Loboxes playing in like the more serene parts of the song. I mean, they shouldn't play there.
And then that's the big point number one. Big point number two, it's too short.
I guess that's definitely probably where it comes into personal preference, because I see your argument, because like if your song is too short and you try and cram all this stuff in it, it's gonna be really difficult, or it's not gonna work.
Yes, you need to spread them out more, because I mean the Water Island Spotify remix showed us how to do it. We know how Water Island can sound like as like S tier amazingness.
Yes, what a song expansion can do.
Yes, if they extended the song and spread the sounds out, spread the sounds out a bit more, this would have been an easy thumbs up. Unfortunately, as it is right now, it is not.
I guess like, and it's what Lean is even saying too. Like, there's almost like missed opportunities, especially with extending the song. Like, I guess it's more so like there's so much things that the song could have benefited from that it didn't take advantage of.
Yes, and even that,
and it piles up, and it piles up over time.
Yeah, exactly. So unfortunately, that's gonna be an overall downvote on this island. This island is not gonna get a good rating.
That's fair. It was fun to at least make a case for it. I enjoy talking about Arrow.
Yeah, thank you for listening to this Arrow Run the Outro.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, all that stuff. Or maybe this channel, all the other channels featured. I still need that talk show. Anyways, thank you for watching.
Thank you for coming with us in the water.
Yeah, thank you for taking this swim with us.
With the water. It was with the
Alright.
water.
All right. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh boy, we only have one more natural island left.
And
Is
it's
it
just
Earth?
this one.
No, Leon, it's Celestial Island.